Okay, class, good morning. Okay, I was really frustrated last night when I received all your comments as well as all the assignment and how to submit it. Because to tell you honestly, I will break first the bad news before I'm going to break the good news. The bad news is that most of you just simply signify in the page, sir present, sir present, sir present. And don't you know that I hate that? Because I always establish that my classroom is a war zone. It is a mental fight. You should prepare your weapons of mass destruction to me because I'm willing to face all of this. Okay? Now, the good news is that there is single soul. There is that single soul who was able to submit his assignment. And it was plain and simple. He just forwarded it to me via the messenger. And I was so delighted. It is so amazing that I do not need the instructions on how to submit that. He was simply using his own common sense. In other words, that is simply Occam's razor. And that dictates when you were under me, under philosophy or under science, that is always the dictum in that subject. The simplest solution is the best solution. Now, I don't need to tell you step by step on how to submit that, but simply use your common sense. Okay, now I am going to highlight on the Occam's razor. Okay, now just like here in Surigao City, we have a problem of that isolations room are dirty, or those units are very dirty, and then you know what they did. They post that in the cell in their Facebook or whatsoever. That for me is an absolute unnecessary thing to do. Kung naaylipa, silhig ang katapat dili mas kana media dili cellphone dili ranting, and that's all comes razor. Like for example, I am going to tell you Occam's razor. During the time of Albert, Newton, Isaac Newton, when an apple fell, he was asking himself, what is the force in it? And therefore, he was able to discover gravity. Because to tell you honestly, these people who are creative, who can think out of the box, they become the most successful people in the world. Okay, I can guarantee you this. Like, for example, the kind of uh, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs never graduated from college. But because of his creativity, he was able to become, he succeeded to become the richest man in the world. And I think the inventor or the discoverer of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, or no, he is not also a college graduate. Uh, my cousin, Jack Ma, a millionaire, is not even a college graduate. Bill Gates. These are the people of the 20th century or the 21st century who are really the successful. You can never encounter a single soul who is going to tell you, I am a graduate of this school, Chuchu Caracas, and I am a summa cum laude, and therefore I am the richest man in the world. That is really, because to tell you honestly, the 21st century is a century of creative minds. And let's go back to also what I have told you about the skills of which I am trying to inculcate, those creativity, huh? This communication, collaboration, and critical thinking. Now, if you were presented with a problem, how am I going to submit my assignment? Then use your own critical thinking. Huh? That's simple logic. Okay, now, I am going to wait for at least siguro mga 2 hours before, then try to bombard me with all your answers. do the best that you can. But let me remind you that I am frustrated because you're not using your common sense, and I am truly amazed by this single soul who was able to submit his assignment. And before I am going to leave, I am just going to say thank you to Mr. Michael Anino. Michael, please come. Okay, he is the one in charge who's making all those presentation alive, and I really, because you know me, I really do not know. Okay, but this is Michael Anino, and he is from the junior high school department of Northeastern Mindanao College. He is such an amazing person. He's very kind. He's very good looking. And girls, huh? If you're looking for husband
Sir.
material, come. Okay. Now, thank you, good to the Sir Anino. And don't you know also that Mr. Pilisa is really allowing me some space to occupy here because this is not my space. And Mr. Elisa is single. Huh? Okay, and then you know what? Mr. Elisa has told me yesterday na, oh, di ba, sir, that art should be experiential. Dapat ma-experiment siya, ma-experience siya, dili siya kanang libro, and that was a good thing because I am okay. Here is Mr. Pilisa. Oh, see? His point of view that art should be experienced, and that is precisely the reason when I am inside my classroom I used to do this and I used to do that because I was trying to encompass the many functions of the art, the entertainment, because I want you to be entertained, and I always supply that also with the education, and on the last is your enlightenment. Again, to those who were not able to submit what is the definition of anxiety and fear, please submit it to me because I am going to synthesize all your answers and I am going to discuss it maybe afterwards, maybe after lunch. And then, okay, have you already watched The Raven or the Annabelle Lee as well as the Sunflower? Because I might go to somewhere else and I might have the videography with me because I am going to explain Annabelle Lee by the sea. Okay? Okay, now again, this is Ivana Alawi, your most beautiful teacher. Thank you.